Hey guys, you are listening to Insights with Kathleen,
Please join us while we share our insights and experiences
with the hope to inspire you to look inside of yourself.
for the answers you already have.
As with all information we receive,
Take what speaks to you
and leave the rest.
Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back, everyone. How are you doing?
Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for stopping on by.
Sherry and I are having some
Technical difficulties? How do you want to label
people
it?
difficulties.
People difficulties today.
Me.
No, she's
I'll
great.
own it.
She's great, guys. She's great. That's why your name is in the show. She's the best.
Oh, do go on.
Yes, I will.
So, do go on. What are we talking about today?
No, don't do that to me. All right. So basically, we were just talking a little bit ago, and, we were just thinking of ideas, calling in our team, all of that stuff. And I was listing a couple of things, and one of them had to do with, fear, kind of fear of the unknown. And I think specifically what I said is, I'm scared to meditate because, what if I get bad news, or what if it's something I don't want to hear? So I was putting off meditating because I was like, well, what if it's bad?
Yeah, and there's so much right there that we can just tear apart.
Yeah.
But let's do first things first.
Okay.
Right? The procrastinating part to meditate because you don't want to hear something.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So meditation, first
Right.
of all, meditation is not always about hearing. It is about receiving,
Right.
but it's not always about hearing messages. Sometimes it's about receiving energy. Sometimes it's about receiving clearing.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did not think of these things as options.
Sometimes it's about receiving a slower heart rate so that you can breathe and feel better. All right.
No, yeah.
Okay.
No,
so,
yeah.
and we could come back to that
Yes.
if you'd like. But I want to go back and dig a little deeper into the fear part, more specifically around you saying you're afraid of the messages. Kind of because what she said to me very briefly, because just to give you a little window into how this works for us behind the scenes,
Yes.
is Sherry and I will take all this time to set up all this equipment, which she so graciously and generously shares with you and me. And then
Welcome.
from there, once we do that, we will center ourselves and ground, and that is also part of meditation, right? Is where we want to make sure we're fully embodied as we connect with the all that is.
Yes.
And for those who are listening, that can mean anything, right? That can mean source, that can mean God, that can mean angels, that can mean your spirit team, whatever that is to you.
Right.
That's really what we're doing, because we are, and we've said this many times and we'll continue to say it, spiritual beings
Yes.
having a human experience. And then even those who are very Christian listening and following us,
Right.
you too, it. It's all over the Bible.
Right.
That even Jesus himself talks about how, we live for eternally,
Right.
because we are of spirit. We are spirit. We are, I was going to say angelic, but we are spiritual beings. And when right now we're having this individual experience in this human body, and when we leave and the energy leaves this body and it goes up and it connects with the all that is, all the other energy.
Right.
And then it becomes that one.
Ooh.
Okay. So that's what we're doing.
Yes.
All right. And then from there, after we're connecting with all of this resource that everybody has,
Right.
everyone has it.
Which
not
is
just
very cool.
Not just the mediums and the psychics.
Everyone
Everybody.
has it.
Everybody has it. You just need to be open to it. And sometimes that means quieting, right? Connecting and quieting. And that's kind of what we're doing. And then we're inviting in, because that's the other thing, because we all have free will, and we're inviting in the help, right? So it's not just going to show up unless we ask it to.
Right. Right.
Okay. So that's what Sherry and I do. We invite in our spirit team. We invite in the love above energy, right? For those who could be afraid to do this because, well, what if these bad things come through?
Or something bad.
Well, guess what? You're a powerful being. You get to dictate what you're going to accept.
Oh, nice. Right. That feels so powerful.
Yeah. And so then that's what we do. And then after we do that and we feel like, okay, we're grounded, we're connected, we invite in everyone. Then Cherry and I will connect and say, okay, so what are we talking about today? And then Cherry went off today, God bless you. and it just kind of hit me as soon as she said, what did you say to me again?
I was talking about procrastinating, and you're like, why are you procrastinating? And I was like, well, because I'm scared of the message. And then you're like, that's our topic. And I was like,
exactly.
What?
I'm scared of the message.
Yes.
Scared.
Scared.
Yeah. So here's the thing that I want everyone to hear, and I want you really to hear this.
Okay.
All right. Our spirit team, those messages,
right.
It's all in love. None of it's judging. None of it's to say you're less than. It may be information you might not want to hear. That's a possibility. Anytime anyone is channeling for you, or anytime you're doing that for yourself,
right?
If you're receiving in something that is beating you down, something that's telling you you're less than, you're unworthy, anything that sounds judgmental or harsh,
yeah,
that's not your team. That is not your team.
Huh?
That's distortion.
Because that's a big one.
Right. And that could be your own mind coming in. That could be other energies that are hanging around and have gotten distorted on their own and that need love and healing. It's not something to fear.
Okay.
Right? It's something to send loving light out to. Not that you're asking it to come to you.
Right.
You're just going to call on, the all it is, and call on grace of healing, grace of releasing, grace of sending it home to evolve.
Now, you say that before. What is grace of healing again? What is that?
So there's all these universal, and when I say universal, I mean more than just the earth.
Right.
Universal laws that are out there and how we engage with different energies.
Right.
And, I said earlier, we're here as human beings with free will.
Right.
Free will. So our angels won't even come to help us unless we ask them to.
Okay.
Right. So it also goes with that because of the free will, and especially as human beings, we always want to ask things in grace.
Right.
Because of free will.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And we don't always know what the plan is for that soul.
Right.
What did they come here to do, learn, receive, release, right? We don't know. So like even like when we're praying for someone who's sick, we always want to do it in grace, because maybe that soul had specifically written their journey in a way that I want to go through this. I want to go through this adversity. I want to go through this trauma. I want to go through this illness. I want to have that experience, because maybe it's so that they can get something from it and learn about love from that.
Right.
Or it could be that they are like a self-sacrificing soul who's there to help serve another soul who needs to or wants to experience being a caretaker.
Okay.
For that individual going through that experience. Or who wants to experience the loss of the connection in the human way.
Okay.
So it ends up getting to be so complicated that there's just no way, and we're not meant to know like all of those inner workings. We're just not. I mean, because if we stop to figure that all out and analyze
so much overthinking and be like,
yeah, you would get nowhere. You would have no fun.
Yeah,
we're here to have fun.
You get stuck, and no one wants that.
So that's why we always ask in grace.
Okay.
So when we want to help someone, in some way, send them light and love. When we want to help someone to get through whatever it is that they feel that they need help getting through, we always want to put grace.
Right.
Put it in the parentheses, if you will, of grace. Because, look, my heart is so big and so loving, and I want to love this person.
Right.
But I want to love them so much that I don't want to step on something that they've orchestrated that I am not consciously aware of at this point in time.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And it's hard. It's hard, especially like when it's someone really close to you and they're really bad sick or they're dying and you just don't want to let them go.
Right.
Just I encourage you to see it with that lens that, it's kind of like, okay, it's kind of like this.
It's kind of like this. What's she going to say?
So how like you like to give out gifts?
Yeah, I love that.
So I love to give out gifts too.
Yeah.
And when I was younger, I loved to give out gifts more than I loved to receive them. Because for me, there was a level of distortion around the receiving part.
Right.
I always felt like if I received this from someone, then I owe them something.
Right. Right.
And that's distorted thinking. Because really a gift, if someone's giving you a gift, no strings attached.
Right.
I love the story of Mother Teresa. Pope John Paul gave Mother Teresa a car.
Yeah.
Because she's doing all these great works out in India and making a big, huge difference, huge influence.
Right.
She's a big influencer before the Facebook and Instagram
Before
stuff.
the Facebook.
Which, by the way, do follow us.
That was a smooth plug. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube if you're not already. Subscribe.
Yes, please. It helps us. Anyway, you like how that got worked in there?
Yeah, I like that.
That's pretty
Good.
talented.
That was so.
We didn't even
smooth.
talk about that. We're really getting good at this.
Airing it out. We did not talk about it, but we did it, which is great. We're just in flow, and I love it.
So, anyway, with the gift receiving and giving, right? So for me, in receiving a gift, I always did, not always, but I kind of felt and had this struggle inside of myself in receipt of that gift. And for me, I always thought, well, that's because, you know, my childhood with the trauma with my grandfather, you know, he embarrassed me even more so by taking us all out to Pomeroy's. That was a store that used to exist way back in the day. And we're at this jewelry case and he's trying to pick something out for just me. Right. And my siblings aren't really getting anything. I mean, it was crap, but it was still, you know, and I'm like so uncomfortable about it.
Right.
And I thought, well, maybe that's why, you know, when I was in my 20s or whatnot, having an issue with receiving, that it had to do with that because of what he was doing to me. I kind of related the two. Right. But it's also about worthiness, self-worth.
Yes.
Right. I don't know that I'm worthy to have this.
Right.
Oh, you can't do that for me. But let me do that for you. Because you're definitely worthy to receive.
Right.
You see, that it's
kind
kind
of distortion in there.
Yes. So, you know, also though, to say, you know, if someone is offering you a gift and there are strings attached, that's not a gift.
Yeah, it's not.
That's coercion or a bribe.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So don't accept those.
Don't do it.
It's not good for anyone. So so that's kind of grace, right? And let's go back to the fear over the message.
Yes.
Yeah. Back to worthiness.
Right.
Messages are a gift for us. And if we change how we see it, and we see it as a receiving of a gift,
right,
and that I'm worthy of that, and even if we see it as, hey, wait a minute, I made this little plan for this little trip I'm taking here in my human bodysuit. Right. My spirit, my soul says, hey, you know what? Heaven's chill, man. I like it, but I need a little excitement. I need to go to the scary fun house. I need to ride a few roller coasters.
Is that Earth? That's fun.
I need to like maybe just sit on a boat and cruise and float a little bit, you know? So I just need to change some things out.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. So your soul, your spirit is coming down in body. But before it comes in body, it's making its little itinerary. It's writing it all down. It's saying, all right, this is the outline of what I'm hoping to achieve while I'm here.
Right.
This is all the fun I want to have.
Yeah.
Right. Even the bad stuff is fun. Because
she always says that. That's like your thing. They're chocolatey emotions and whatnot.
Yes. And I know y'all want to kick me in the butt.
Maybe.
Because it's like, what the heck are you talking about, lady? You know, I'm in this mess right now. This is not fun. No, it's not fun when we're so close to it and we're in it. Right. But it's the perspective, right? Time and perspective. We see it and we're like, wow, that really was rich.
Right.
Okay. But before we come down, we are making this little itinerary of these things, and it's loose because it's also leaving room for free will. Right. And it has contingency plans, and it has all these other things, and it has like, you even list like your exit points, like, oh, I may want to leave at this point in time if this happens, or you know, there's several exit points that a soul can leave at any point in time, because we're not trapped. So let go of that fear. What?
No, that's nice.
Sorry, I don't know why I wanted to do that, but I just did it. Maybe.
No, that's nice. And I guess for me, when I look at meditation, because you were just saying it earlier about like there's so many things you could do with meditation. And I guess for me, when I first got into meditation and now I always thought of it as like, you know, going to the auto body shop. I'm just getting stuff fixed and I'm getting out. There's no pleasure or enjoyment. I'm just going in. What do I need to work on and getting out? And I guess it made it feel dense when I was doing it. So whenever I would get the messages, because there's still all beautiful messages for me and everything like that, but I would just think of it as like, oh, these are things I should have been working on. Why haven't I been working on it? And I guess since I feel like, oh, you know, I feel powerless in the meditation, I just have to receive everything the team's giving me, or I have to, because a lot of the times my spreads for like, you know, my tarot cards or whatever, they're just really big. And I'm like, oh gosh. So now my brain's thinking, oh, every time I meditate, I get a huge message and I'm overwhelmed. And now I got to remember to do all this stuff. And now I don't want to do it.
Do you know your spirit team's really sly?
How are they sly? What do you mean?
Boundaries. Sherry needs to set some boundaries.
Oh, which song is that?
I don't know. I just made it up.
I know. You're not slick.
All right. So here's the thing.
Okay. Tell me a thing.
We get to dictate
Right.
how we want to interact. We get to decide and spell out
Right.
how we want something to go. So every time I sit down to do a reading such as that,
Right.
right? And for those of you who don't really do readings and tarot card readings or angel card readings, it's a way to help focus yourself for a meditation.
Which is nice, because I didn't know that's what that was before, you know, in Christianity. I'm like, this is like voodoo or something, but it's like, oh, no, it just helps you focus in your meditation.
So if you don't understand something, you fear it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like my thing, I guess.
Yeah. So, but it's not just your thing. A lot of people
Right.
have it, right?
Yeah.
Even me too. It is a way to help focus your energy. It is a way to communicate as we learn to quiet our minds and listen.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like, think of it like it's a little kid toy that helps them to start walking. It helps hold their balance a little bit.
See, that sounds less scary.
Mm-hmm. So the thing is you get to say, even before you shuffle that deck, you get to say, okay, team, this is how I want to do this. This is my intention for today.
Nice.
Yeah, my head hurts. I only want 3 cards spread, please. Get it all done in those 3 cards. And let's keep it brief.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And please give me the confidence and courage and wherefore all to be able to honor that as well.
See, that's nice, because I guess for me, whenever I do it, I'm like, I'm scared to set the boundaries, because I'm like, oh my gosh, what if I miss something? If I'm like only doing 3 cards or what, you know, that's like the fear of missing out on a message. That would be
Yeah. So, yeah, fear of missing out.
Yeah.
Fear of not doing. I do apologize for the background noise. We did try to let people know that we were recording. We do have company in the house, so hopefully you can hear it okay. They're just having fun. Nobody's dying.
Good caveat. Nobody's dying in here today. Not today. Nope.
No. See, and I think that you're just now getting to the root of that. Right? The fear of missing out, the fear of not understanding the message, the fear of not doing something.
Right.
Hey, you know, y'all see me, right? I could use with doing a lot more exercise and eating better. I'm just saying. I could. No, I want to go there because right now that is something I could certainly sit here and judge and be in fear of, oh, I'm unworthy. I'm not doing what I should be doing.
Right.
And I say that because people can relate to that.
Right. Yeah.
So I let go of it and said, you know what? I am where I'm supposed to be right here and now.
Nice.
I am receiving in the way that I'm supposed to receive right here and now.
Right.
And when all of me is really ready to do what really needs to happen, it's going to happen. And it's going to be like that.
That's nice.
Yes. So here's the thing.
Okay.
Right? Breathe.
Nice.
Breathe. Trust that if you need to have something or do something right now, your team has your back. Your team loves you so very much. They will kick you in the head if they have to, if it has to happen right now.
Right.
But this is all part of that journey.
Yeah.
right? This is the part of the growing
Yeah.
is sometimes procrastinating. What's that feel like? You know? Ooh, I'm procrastinating. I do that too. I will procrastinate stuff.
No.
And then I actually like it.
Ew.
I know, it's so weird. It's like, hey, I'm
You-
going to procrastinate cleaning my house.
I love.
And yeah, I'm going to love every minute of it. And I'm going to work on not judging myself for it.
Were you always like this?
No.
Who says that? I'm gonna
No.
procrastinate. I just want to feel it, and it's fun.
Well, okay. And it's not really feeling the procrastination it's fun.
Right.
What's fun is feeling me not judging me for it.
Ah, okay.
You see?
Okay.
So we could say all these terms. We can say, oh, I'm procrastinating. I'm such a bad person. But
Right.
it's not the procrastination that's bad. It's your judgment of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that really causes most of the suffering that all of us have.
You know, that makes sense.
And it's judging you and it's judging others.
Yeah.
Is this loving of me? Is this loving of you?
No, it's true, because I was telling her earlier that I was like, oh, I'm procrastinating, I'm meditating or something like that. But then I realized, I was like, well, I'm ready to receive this message now. So I kind of was able to shift the perspective and say, you know what? I was giving myself time to prep for the message I was getting today.
Ta-da!
And that feels so much lighter to say than...
Ooh, that feels really good.
Doesn't that feel really good?
really good.
Which
feels
felt
really
good.
good.
It did feel really good.
Well, thank you, Sherry.
Of course. Thank you, Kathleen.
And thank you for joining us. Have a great night.
See ya.
Bye. Remember, you are bigger than anything that you are going through or anything that is happening around you.